What's cracking, everybody? What's up? It's your boy Flawless, back into his house, back with another episode of Flawless Fantasy Football. Thanks for checking your boy out. Remember to hit the like, comment, and subscribe if you are new. Hey, how'd you guys like that Thursday night football game? As we know, Cleveland won commandingly, like 29-17, right? Controlled the whole game. Pittsburgh couldn't get much going on. Cleveland was having their way for the most part. It stayed close a little bit, but we probably already knew what was going to happen. Cleveland offense ran good. Chubb ran for a buck something in the touchdown. Almost got taken away his touchdown taken away from him by Hunt, but he couldn't get in there. And then so they brought in Chubb to finish it off. But nice control game by the Browns with the home crowd. Pittsburgh, man, they tripping. I think they're gonna end up making the change. You know what I'm saying, to Kenny Pickett here shortly. So if it get too out of hand, because the crowd's gonna start chopping down on Tomlin. But he got some work to do if he want to continue his streak of seasons with a winning record. So first off, I'm not gonna wait. Screw it. Listen, I have a bone to pick with Najee Harris. Man, so it was like the game started here around about 8:20 Eastern Standard Time on Thursdays. And I didn't have no dog in the fight for the game. So I'm like, maybe I should put something down on the game. So I went to Underdog, not a sponsor. Went to Underdog Fantasy and put deposit a little 50 bones in there. And I was like, okay, maybe I can make a $25 bet. And I said, screw it, just go ahead and make a $50 bet. And I made a couple bets. I made one bet. I looked at the lines and stuff like that, and trying to make sure I control myself. And I looked and it said, Nick Chubb, 14.9 fantasy points. You got to go higher or lower, okay? And you at least got to get 3. The minimum you can bet is 3, like a 3-ticket, type deal. And 3 items on the ticket, three bets. Kareem Hunt, 2.5 receptions. I went over for Nick Chubb. Najee Harris, 12.45 fantasy points. I believe it's half point PPR, I'm sure. I'm not mistaken, but I believe it is. So 12.5 for Najee Harris. I figure if he just got a score, he'll get that. So I picked higher. And Freiermuth with 38.5 receiving yards. So I went over. Put $50 on it. As you can see, this is my ticket. All right? Sorry if it's too much light in here. All right? This is my ticket. So I put, for the 500, let's see what happens. And what happened was Nick Chubb got 14.9 points. He went over. Kareem Hunt had like 3 receptions by the half. So that checked out. That's 2 out of 4. Najee Harris has scored a touchdown, whatever he scored a touchdown, and he got up past his 12.45. He's over. So I'm just looking at Pat Freiermuth, and he had 0 points. 0 points going down, for the whole game. Then they threw him like this 20-some yard pass, right? I didn't know exactly how long it was. So I'm like hopped up. I'm like, all right, we need more. So give another one. And like 2 more plays later, they threw another one at him. So I'm thinking, okay, he ran about 34, 35 yards. And I hear him going to the huddle. He's talking old boy to the quarterback. And I'm like, yeah, talk to him, Pat, talk to him. So he threw it to him, and then it got deflected because it was thrown a little bit behind him. And at the end of the day, the game ended. They tried that little trick play at the end. Well, but before it came to that, once I realized, that, okay, they wasn't going to score no more, Cleveland, before that last trick play, maybe about a minute or two before that, I end up looking. And I had hold on real quick. Okay, I'm back. All right. I had all the things on the side of green to let you know that you completed that bet, right? Sorry if it's not clear enough. So 50 for 100. No, $50 bet and getting four bets right, cleared me $500. So once Pat Freiermuth actually, he got it, and I actually looked, and he had 41 yards. And I didn't think he had it, and I kind of scrolled down on the NFL.com and like looked at individual stats, and I saw he had 41. Man, I got up, and I was like, oh, yeah, I got it. You know what I'm saying? I'm around here very jubilant in nature. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if jubilant's a word, but guess what? That's what I was doing last night. Jumping up and down. You know what I'm saying? My girl was happy. I'm happy. We turned it up on a little something. Went to bed feeling good. Posted it on Facebook. Oh, you know what I'm saying? Got about today, probably around about 11, 12 o'clock, I go to check my Underdog account. I go to check my account, and I see that I don't see my money. I don't see my 500, right? You know, like, where my 500 at? And surely enough, I do a little bit of research, and I check my betting slip. And you got Najee Harris right there with a red now. So I'm like, what the heck, you know? I'm like, what the heck? So I look at his point total, he got 11.6. He don't have over 12.5 anymore. So I go and I look at the highlights, and I'm like, what? It had to happen on that last play. Remember the trick play? He was the third person with the ball. They're second or third person with the ball. And he went and tossed it to somebody, and they didn't get it. You know what I'm saying? And they fumbled it in his zone for the Cleveland touchdown, which they didn't deserve that touchdown. He was the one fumbled the ball. They -2 him on the last play, and that's why I got the red. His fumble at the last play took $500 out your boy pocket. Now, I know you guys should be pissed off. As much as free work I do for the community, and look at Najee Harris out here screwing your boy over. Can't make this stuff up. Here's the crazy part is, I thought I was dead to right anyway. I was kind of bothered about it today, though. You know what I'm saying? Because I was stunting. But I had thought that I wasn't going to get it anyway because Freiermuth didn't have no points for 3 minutes left to go in the game. And then he got the yardage. And I'm like, oh my gosh, man, that must be some good living. And then to get taken right out your, man, look, I'm pissed off at Najee Harris. I'm going to tell you right now. That's why you see the thumbnail the way you see it now, because I really want to punch him, give him a right cross to the freaking face. I steal him if I had to. Just like that, Najee. And speaking of Najee, y'all saw old boy Warren. You saw Warren be toting that rock. Warren was explosive. Man, I tell you, listen, I don't wish for injuries. I just try to predict them when the smoke is there. But Warren, man, Warren had four rushes for 30 yards, and he had one long run that was called back because of holding. Y'all know Warren's explosive. He's way more explosive than Harris. Something happened to Harris, Warren's gonna freaking be a beast. Gonna be a beast. Y'all saw that explosively last night. I'm just glad when he fumbled, Deontay Johnson hopped on the ball, you know, because we don't need him getting into the doghouse. Well, he can't get in the doghouse. It's just too much. It's his job, number 2 job. But yeah, I just want to get that off my chest for Najee, man. Your boy could have had 500 bones, man. I deserve that. Don't y'all think I deserve that? You know, like a brother ain't around here taking no donations. They ain't got no cash app or none of this type of stuff. The fantasy gods could have blessed me with that. The way I see it, it's something better coming down the line. That's how I see it. But yeah, everything was cool with the game. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed seeing a close game. It wasn't a blowout. Pittsburgh had a chance, but it just never did capitalize. But I just wanted to vent about that a little bit, all right? It's this one meme that says Mike Evans restructured his contract during the offseason, which lowered his 2022 base salary to a league minimum $1.2 million. 1.1, basically 1.12 million. That means that this past week's one-game suspension will cost him $62,000 rather than the $715,000 it would have been had he not restructured his contract. I don't think he was really worrying about that, but that's just probably one of the benefits things of him restructuring his contract. So I thought that was pretty funny. I think that was from Adam Schefter. And a little meme about Christian McCaffrey. His little meme came out and said, at this point, this is a quote by him, at this point, if I went to take a leak during practice, I'd end up on the injury report. Well, whose fault is that? Whose fault is that, Christian? That's your fault. You shouldn't be so glass. Nobody wouldn't be saying this about you. But he's up and running, so I don't think he scored a touchdown this year, but everything's all good. Everything's all gravy. Let's get to some news and notes. I don't know how you guys doing. You guys have anybody in the game? I don't remember many of you guys really having any Pittsburgh Steelers outside of Najee. Maybe a few of you had Chubb or Hunt. Hunt didn't score, so that's one of the things when you share a backfield, somebody's going to do real good and somebody's going to do mad. So it almost feel like that Damian Harris, Stevenson type thing. Like I have Stevenson in some leagues, but I'm not playing Stevenson anymore until he gets the full workload, because I ain't got time for this flip and flop. I'd rather put in a wide receiver that can get me 5-6 catches with the yardage and a possible touchdown, So that's how I'm handling that. Let's get to some news. How do you guys have any questions as far as with your lineups? Are y'all solid? Everybody should be fairly confident in who they want to play this week, so you can use this post as, your Q&A, type deal. Anything that I drop like on Friday or early Saturday morning, you can use that one. So just kind of refer to the most recent video and just drop your questions there. 49ers tight end George Kittle has been dealing with the groin injury, and he is off the injury report. So he's going to play Sunday night against Denver. I can't wait to that game. I'm going to be all in my San Fran garb. I'm going to be all San Fran garbed up. San Fran headband, San Fran shirt, everything. Straight up. San Fran socks. Yes, I'm loaded down. So my brother called me today talking about I got 20 on Denver. I'm like, yeah, dude, you find a way to have to pay me money, don't you? So we bet it up, and I'm going to go ahead and take that 20 from him. So then I have, that'll help me feel better, and I got $480 more to recuperate from your boy Najee Harris debacle. Leonard Fournette, questionable for week 3. I believe he'll play. They're going to need him playing against Green Bay. Tampa Bay plays Green Bay. But Tampa ain't got no receivers, though. They in trouble. Hunter Renfrow is out for Sunday's game at Tennessee. Josh Jacobs' illness is questionable. I believe Josh Jacobs will play. I'm going to tell you one thing. I made a bet with Mr. Fire Truck. Mr. Fire Truck, I feel like you're swindling me on my bet. Because we made him bet a nice 20 bones via the comment section in one of the videos, and I said that Devontae Adams wouldn't score 10 touchdowns, and he got a cheap one last week. Their air game ain't no good. It ain't really no good over there. So not having Renfrow might hurt him, but Tennessee trash though. So we'll see what happens. But he probably gonna score this week. Just God, hope he'll score too. I probably end up sending $20. The fire truck cash out for damn Thanksgiving, messing around with them. Freaking Devontae Punk. Anyway, all right, enough of that. Chris Godwin, he's out for another week. Man, that's why, see guys, look, that's why I was like, stay away from these injured guys. Like if an injury happened after the draft, kind of like Lazard, you know what I'm saying? Or somebody that may get hurt in season week 1 or 2, get nicked up a little bit. You can't stop that because drafts already happened. But man, people picking, like, it's going to be week 3, right? J.K. Dobbins, so we got to see what happens with him. And then, with Chris Godwin, he was already nicked up. Man, you stay away from these people that's already hurt. It's just not beneficial in the thing to do. Wasting your picks on that type of stuff. I'm sure, I don't know exactly when Chris Godwin got picked, but, it was plenty of other receivers out there that could have got drafted other than Chris Godwin, reaching for his potential when, again, Brady was descending, of course, right? And who didn't have Brady in the top 10 quarterbacks on the top of the list? Okay, all right, we ain't gonna talk about that. Sammy Watkins is out for Sunday's game versus Tampa Bay. Christian Watson got a hamstring. Randall Cobb got an illness. But Allen Lazard is good to go. We need that breakout game, Allen. I just believe it's going to be Allen Lazard, the tight end, and it's going to be Romeo Doubs is going to be have a lot more work this week. So Justin Herbert, questionable for the game on Sunday. We'll see what happens with that. T.J. Hawkins is questionable. Keep an eye on him. And Jerry Jeudy is back at practice. So that's pretty much, you know what I'm saying, the news and notes. Beasley, man, Tampa Bay still shooting so bad they went and got Cole Beasley, and they say he could play versus the Packers. James Conner is also he's a game time decision, so watch him. Hopefully, if you had Conner and he glassed out and you went and got the backup, you went and got him, you can start him. Make sure you pay attention to the active Sunday morning. They say Dalton Schultz is progressing really well. They'll make a determination on him Sunday. I don't think he'll play. So, David Njoku had a huge game the other night, man. I'm very happy for him. He had 2 bad nights, so some people picked him, and I looked at him for a late round. But it's tough to hang on to these guys. They give you 2 bad weeks, man. 2 bad weeks, and then you kind of apprehensive playing people on Thursday because you're scared of that goose, carrying that goose or that low number Friday morning, Saturday, and Sunday morning. You already feel like you're passing behind the power crib, but he balled out, straight balled out. And watch Komet try to ball out too. Watch he try to ball out too. Sap sucker. But, that's pretty much it, guys. Just want to touch bases with you. Drop your comments if you got any starts and questions. Remember, you got to let me know who they play and, each person who they play. And if not, roll them things out there. It's not rocket science. Fantasy football is not a science. Go with your core, stick with your guys. And if you're about something, then you can, throw something out there and see what people that's close to you say or see what I would say. But ultimately, it's your decision, all right? So, again, it's not a science, and fantasy football is just what it is. Sometimes you just got to go with your gut. I don't even say heart. You got to go with your gut, So, yeah, man. So, check this out. I'm going to tell you what happened. Took my son to the movies today, right? This how bad. So, I'm at work, right? So, I'm looking, I ordered some tickets online. I said, yeah, we're going to go see the Avatar. We're going to see the new Avatar. We get there, order popcorn, drinks. Go in there, and it's the old Avatar. I go to the front. I was like, "Hey, is it?" She's like, "Yeah, it's the re-release or something. It doesn't come out until such and such." And I was like, "Man," she's like, "We can give you a refund." And I just felt so defeated, but I felt good about it because my girl hadn't seen it and my son hadn't seen it. So when it actually does come out, there'll have been this solid way of progress from. But I thought, damn, new. Now I'm surprised, like, why the movie theater's not packed like I was. Man, your boy losing it. But I'm not losing when it comes to flawless fantasy football and everything it entails. Listen, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. Just want to chat with you guys and fellowship real quick. Press like on the video. Holla at your boy. Make sure you comment as well. All right? Flawless fantasy football, where you hear what you need to hear, not what you want to hear. Boom, boom, boom. Peace.